And good morning, Kenneth O'Neill. Good
Good
morning.
morning, sir.
How are you, sir?
Wow, it's a little bit chilly. It's a beautiful day.
Oh, yeah. Chilly and beautiful. And both go along together, don't they?
They do. This is a great day. And you know what we're going to talk about today, right?
You said something about George Washington.
George Washington and Abe Lincoln.
Okay.
Okay, so today is President's Day. And it originally started back in the 1700s, late 1700s, of course, when they started celebrating Washington's birthday. And it was always on the 22nd of February. February the 22nd is his birthday. And then Abraham Lincoln was on February 12th. All right. Do you know the other two presidents that were born in February?
One of them was Teddy?
No,
No?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
William Harrison
Okay.
and Ronald Reagan.
Oh, yes. Okay.
All right. Now we've come down to where we have President's Day, which is the third Monday in February. And the reason that we have it on Monday is so that all the federal employees can have
a
3-day
day.
weekends. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
It's just wonderful that we do that. But these two guys, Abe Lincoln and George Washington.
Now, where do they have the biggest Washington parade for his birthday?
Are you going to tell me, I hope?
Yes, Laredo, Texas.
You're kidding me.
No, it's
Why?
not exactly sure, but they have the biggest celebration for Washington's birthday.
Do we have time to make the parade?
No,
We
maybe
can't get
so.
there from here, can we?
No, we can get there, but it will be late.
We'd be late for the parade. But there are few leaders in history that have brought on the leadership, the gumption, and the integrity of George Washington and Abraham Lincoln.
Uh-huh.
And when I was thinking about this and writing this for today, I thought about the leadership and what it took for those two guys. Think about the things that they went through and the passion that they had for our country.
Mm-hmm.
And so the biggest thing I came up with is integrity. The integrity of those two guys being honest
Mm-hmm.
and having really strong moral principles. And in their actions and their values, their expectation, every action they took was actions of integrity. And a person with integrity actually adheres to ethical and moral values, especially in temptation or adversity. And those two guys, they went through a lot of adversity.
Yeah, they did.
The word integrity actually means wholeness or completeness. When I talk about integrity, of course, the byproduct of integrity is trust.
Mm-hmm.
So people that live a life of integrity, we can trust them. We have respect for their standards and what they do. And so completeness, look at your wedding ring. There are no cracks in that wedding ring. There's no division in that wedding ring. And it's a complete circle. It means wholeness. And that goes all the way back to the vows that people take when they get married. Those are vows of integrity.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's look at integrity in the life of Abraham Lincoln. The first thing that we know, what was his nickname? Honest Abe. And you know where he got that name from?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Do you remember the story? He worked as a clerk and he overcharged somebody 2 cents, I think it was. And he walked to give back those 2 pennies.
No, I never heard that.
Young store clerk. Also, look at the integrity of the commitment that he made to the Union. Tremendous pressure because there were a lot of opposition that he had at that time. And even when it meant making the difficult and the unpopular decision, he took it and he did it and ended up writing the Emancipation Proclamation and abolishing slavery.
Yes.
And then he just totally never did he go against his core values. And he had opportunities to take an easy path. He could have broken his moral standards, but he always led with justice and equality. Now let's look at George Washington.
And the cherry tree.
And the cherry tree, I chopped it down. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
But the biggest thing he did, he never sought for himself any power. He did not want the power, but after leading the Continental Army to victory in the Revolutionary War, and remember one of the great things he did? On Christmas Eve, he crossed the Delaware River in those frozen temperatures. And after the war was over, he resigned his commission, all right? And then when he became president, he would not do more than 2 terms because he did not. I mean, he kept us from, he didn't seek the power for himself because he wanted us to be a democratic country and be a republic. So 2 servants, and then he was always very honest and fair, a man of his word, and he earned the trust of the American people. So both Lincoln and Washington, unwavering integrity, leadership, and actually both of them set the moral foundation of the United States. And so they believed in truth, fairness, ethical governance, and their examples are timeless. True. And I just think it's just an honor for us to celebrate the birthdays of those 2 presidents.
There was a time when you celebrated Lincoln's birthday on the 12th and another celebration on the 22nd.
That's right. Yeah.
It was the politicians who moved it so they could get.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember those days.
Yeah. I can remember both of those too. And it's sad in a way, but when I was going through this.
And they fell on the date, whatever day
it was.
Yes.
If it was a Wednesday, we celebrated birthday.
Yeah.
But I came upon a word when I was researching this, and this word is divergent. And divergent means moving away from the norm, the standards. And it sure seems like to me that we've done a lot of that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, there are other countries, I mean, South America or some of the overseas in Europe, where they have celebrate a day or so, but I don't recall them moving them to accommodate like a 3-day weekend. It falls on a Wednesday, they have it Wednesday, but maybe they have.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I think there's on those weekends, those 3-day weekends, there's 4 or 5 of those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's accommodating.
Yeah. Like Labor Day is one of them.
Yeah. And it used to be not that way. Okay.
Well,
so
thank you.
We've solved a lot of the world's problems just right here.
Today, right?
That's right.
I mean, just think what we could do if we worked every day.
Yeah, that's true. Kenneth O'Neill, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to get a hold of him, it is merger@windstream.net.
You got it. And the telephone number and texting is really good. Send me a text and say, where do we get coffee? 830-285-7010.
830-285-7010.
Always open.
All right. Except after midnight.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great week.